Hi, I'm Sophie, and I'm truly interested in both environmental sciences as well as art. So today I wanted to use both of my passions to explain to you one of the biggest problems facing humanity today, climate change, through art.
So, to start with the basics, what causes global warming? To start with, we have the Earth and we have the Sun. Surrounding the Earth is the atmosphere, which effectively serves as a barrier to unwanted radiation from the Sun. It does not, however, block out all of the Sun's radiation. Our atmosphere is actually largely invisible to incoming solar radiation, including ultraviolet, visible, and X-ray radiation. A large part of this energy is blocked from entering our atmosphere by a number of factors, including clouds and particles of gas. In the end, only about half of the Sun's radiation reaches the Earth. It is then absorbed by the Earth. Later, this radiation is re-emitted by the Earth as infrared radiation, which is weaker because the Earth is much cooler than the Sun. This is where it gets interesting. Instead of being released in full from the Earth's atmosphere, the now transformed infrared radiation is reflected by the atmosphere, or more specifically greenhouse gases, back onto Earth. The main greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide, but most prominent among these is carbon dioxide. There exists something that is known as the carbon cycle. Basically, carbon exists in plants and animals. Animals eat these sources of carbon, and when they die, this carbon is absorbed into the ground, where it waits for many years. Humans, however, have begun to dig these sources of carbon up as fossil fuels, which we then burn for energy. The carbon is released as a product into the air, from which plants absorb it again. The released carbon in the air joins with oxygen to become carbon dioxide. This isn't, or more accurately wasn't, a bad thing though. The increase of atmospheric temperature first allowed for the formation of life and later the evolution of man, from the primitive ape to something that looks like it came from the Alien movie, to the politician, and finally, after billions of years, to civilized man. Now, however, it's getting a bit too warm for some. The polar ice caps alone lose a chunk of ice larger than the state of Massachusetts every year, causing catastrophic flooding with rising sea levels. Imagine poor little guys like the polar bear and the penguin are losing habitats faster than you can imagine. So how do we stop this vicious cycle? The amount of carbon emissions that could be attributed to you personally is called your carbon footprint. To reduce your carbon footprint, you can eat foods that were produced close to where you live, because food transport has been estimated to contribute to 13% of carbon gas emission. Not to be painfully obvious, but I have to address the three-word elephant in the room. Reduce, reuse, recycle. There, I said it.
I hope my illustrations were helpful in illuminating the big problem of climate change. Thanks for watching!